Okay, well here we are, live at 11:05 on YouTube. They started without me. This is the work I'm doing today. Corporate said you got to make this pen work. I'm supposed to be on the computer, but the way I do the computer, I print it out and I just do my work with a pen. But anyway,
nice.
That's what I'm doing. We got a bunch of cars done last month. We did 3 turnkeys. And Gail shows up and Phyllis, like surprise, and Larry's back with the Black Knight. And so I figured I didn't know what to do today anyway, so we're calling it, what are we calling it? Fellowship of the Hot Rod.
Hot Rod Fellowship.
So it got us all together. We become friends, and we're friends, and we become friends, and you become friends because of that. I remember Carl, I can't never forget the hat.
I got Mr. T-Bucket.
Mr. T-Bucket. We're bucket heads. I mean, we all call ourselves bucket heads. You had a T-Bucket. You had a T-Bucket. You've got 2 spirit T-Buckets.
Right.
One's not finished yet. But
It's in process.
I got one of those too. It's in process, and one's done. So, man, we've known each other a long time. Gail from Texas. You came, how did we first?
Over the internet, and I'm by phone.
Okay.
I ordered a bucket, and then we end up being out at the Motorplex in Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, DFW area.
Is that the first time we actually met in person?
We actually met. And,
it didn't take me long to put you to work then.
No, we're shuffling it. You wanted to keep the car there for another day, and we picked it up on Sunday from you there at Tate Swap Meet.
Okay.
That's where we first met and everything, and we just built up a relationship that most people wouldn't do. We got real good, close friends out there.
We've got a lot of great friends from the Hot Rod Fellowship.
Yeah,
and Larry, you brought your car up here, and we started working on it. I made you start working on it. And then I went down to Texas too, but I made him work
at Autorama.
Oh, okay. He was our best salesman ever. He was working. I was like, I got get some FaceTime with some other folks. Let him have the booth by himself.
And me and Billy the Kid were sitting there working away.
That's right. We were doing the car build back then.
Yeah, we were doing the car build.
Doing the car build, so you were really working.
Yeah, we put it together in 25 minutes.
Yeah, I remember.
And happened to start it up and cause problems with the fire marshal.
Is that where we did that?
Yeah.
Is that the guy told us not to do it, and then we did it? Oh, that's a good story. So we used to do this car build. And we go around and they'd be like entertainment. And we get volunteers out of the crowd and have a couple people that knew what they're doing. And in these big events, I don't know why, they want you to tape off your gas tank and you're not supposed to start the cars and whatever. So we build the car, but it's the conclusion. When you're doing a car build, you got to have the ta-da moment. Okay, everybody. And the fire marshal comes over and warns us you can't start the car. This is before everything. So the first day we did it, started the car, and boom, and you hear it in the whole place, shut it off real quick. And I don't know if it was the second time or the third time we did it, the fire marshal came, and he was really
he was
a bit of a butthead. He stood here like this the whole time we're doing the build. So I'm trying to convince this old lady to start the car. And he's like, he just absolutely would not let us start the car. And I was going to I think I did that the first time a little kid started. And I said, well, he's going to start it. We'll blame him if the fire marshal comes. The second time the fire marshal was right there. So that was a good story. And we had a guy working for us, Jeremy, kind of a car guy. Come by, I was doing the shows. He didn't work for me. I'm reminiscing. You get to hear me reminisce, I guess.
That's cool.
And so we already had a Jeremy working for us. I said, well, you can't be Jeremy, you're Billy. I don't know if you knew his real name was Jeremy, not Billy.
Well, you call him Billy the Kid.
I call him Billy the Kid. I said, if you ever grow up, I'll call you William. And he never did turn into a William. I took one of my old, we used to have shirts, so I took and I had embroidered on there. It said Spirit here, and I had embroidered Billy the Kid. And we went around, and there are some great rod builders out there. And we've been real blessed. You go around enough and you get to meet them and you know them and you kind of like kind. You get to know the people you do the same thing with. And Billy could talk a story. And he didn't know very much about cars, but he could talk a story. And sometimes he'd be talking to the best rod builders, in my opinion, that the country had, and he'd be going on and on and on. He was quite the character. And he met his wife at that show.
Right.
We went to the, he took us to a Mexican place.
Right.
That's
the
right.
Carter War is.
I've been there. He took me.
It was a great place, and they had these mariachis, so I was like, I said, what's her birthday? So they come out and they're doing the mariachi singing and going on, and
I didn't get the mariachis.
well, he didn't tell her that it was your birthday. That's all you got to do when the mariachis come and they start singing. So it's pretty good. Well, Larry's hanging at the house tonight.
Yeah, all week.
And you got your wife with you the second time. This is,
Yeah, second time?
We make her cook.
I guess.
So that's how we do.
She said, what should I make tonight? I said, yeah, it's up to you.
Well, we're having homemade pizza tonight.
Okay, cool.
So I'm cooking. Good. Cooking.
That's good pizza.
And so
I've had that.
I told Gary there's no room at the inn. They got a hotel tonight, so you guys are staying in town. You're on your way from Ohio to Texas.
Back down to Dallas, Texas.
Back down to Dallas. And so anyway, you guys met at the T-Bucket event that came here.
Yeah.
And we used to do that. We were a big part of that in the beginning. And then your husband, Carl, you guys had a T-Bucket and you stayed at the same campground.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Carl passed away a few years ago. So then you all got to know each other, and
The rest is history.
a happy couple. I mean, looking on Facebook, you guys are all happy.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and Gail has been, I'd say you're part of the family. You're part of the Spirit family.
Yeah,
Part of
when
our
I
family.
had my accident, I came up here, and I was up here for 4 days, and helped you.
Help cook.
Help fix one of the deals to show them flipping, and turn around and had that one that you had to ship out. But I put your chrome accessory on, and we stayed up here until 2 in the morning. That one night.
What a guy. So be prepared. If you buy something from Spirit, you never know. You're part of the family for sure. So then you just
Moved
you
in.
moved in. You show your car off a little bit, or did you? What we're doing now? What are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Well, we're gonna put these drilled rotors on there, and just it's more for show than anything else. They just look a little bit better. You get a little bit more cutting edge. It's a little bit more stopping power. Took the front axle back out of it because we're gonna laser the center of the front axle.
The laser, the
We're
Black
gonna-
Knight in
we're
there.
gonna put the Black Knight in there.
And then it's a nice polished axle, but it's not nice and
Not-
polished enough. So we're gonna wet
Right,
sand
we're
some
gonna
places.
Yeah, we're gonna really dress it up and go to the next level with it. And just a few things, these bolts that go through the bat wings were just a little bit too long. Someone that knocked 6 threads off of them, clean them up a little bit. We'll paint the caps of them, and
Got some different
we're gonna put
kingpins.
some aluminum cap kingpins in. So,
Are you gonna engrave those also, or
yeah, I think we're gonna take them over and have them engrave those.
did you see some of the engraving on the car?
No, I haven't really looked at it that
Oh,
close.
this is a pretty detailed
Yeah,
out car.
it's got,
It's pretty cool.
If you look at, like, right here, you can see Black Knight.
Okay.
And then there's a head on each one of these. Right. And then look at your butterflies up there.
Yeah, so we have jousting knights there.
Uh-huh.
He's got his name on one side and his wife's on the other. I guess you said you guys don't fight?
No, but she thought that was kind of strange that I put us fighting on it. I said, we're not fighting, it's a sport.
It's sport. It's just sport.
It's a sport,
So,
right.
you did ask if these could be replaced though when we were doing it, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Kind of like a tattoo there. You might have to.
Well,
Is that when you fight, you want to replace them?
no, Bob keeps trying to buy the car from me, so.
Yeah, I
you
give
know.
it. This is like too
And
much.
I almost said, make this one Bob, so then
Yeah.
it wouldn't matter, see?
Yeah.
No, I'm teasing him. He knows I won't sell it to him.
No, this is going to
So,
be a really nice car.
it was put together, and there's just a few things, decided to go ahead and put the chrome shackles in here. And it was just as easy to get that front axle out and switch all that stuff out on the table as it was to do anything else,
There's all different kind of cars, all different levels of cars. I mean, you name it, different types of motors, different just like there's different people.
Oh, yeah.
And what I found in the car thing that I like, I mean, there's some people that you just rub your wrong in, no matter what part of the world, but generally there are some really nice folks in this hobby. And really the best part is it doesn't matter if you got lots of money or you don't have much money. Everybody seems to get along, and just your car's cool, your car's cool. It doesn't, everybody's got their own personality building their cars, and it's really not about the car.
Right.
I was talking about that when Larry Joller picked up his car, and we talked about, and you probably heard me do chapel services. You were probably at the chapel services, so we used to do that at the car shows and talked about making idols. I don't know if you know Aaron, Moses' brother was.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when Moses up on the mountain, they
Rubbing
come down and
the
he's building the calf idols. Well, I thought about that. His day job in Egypt had to be building idols. I mean, how else would you know how to build? I mean, there's a skill level that comes with casting gold and creating that. You just don't do it because. You know, his answer was, well, we just threw it in the fire and out it came, and it doesn't work that way. So my day job in a lot of ways is building idols. I mean, I don't build them to be an idol, but you could make this and you can make this car and create, look at this and look at me because of this. But that's not what we do. And I'm so glad that there's so many people that the car is just a thing. But what really makes it nice is there's some really nice folks here.
Oh,
there's some really nice folks here. And we get to know each other and hang out, and it's way more important than the car. But we like our cars.
Well, that's what you have in common.
That's what we have in common.
That's what draws you together.
So not too much tech today. A little bit about drilled rotors look cooler. They're not necessarily, they may cool a little better.
They cool a little bit. I mean, there's more edges, so you're going to get a little bit more braking power. But really, because that's open, it aesthetically looks better. So.
And I'm not even a hot rodder today. This is my tool today.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You need me to take that away from you?
No, I need it back. I've got to get my job done so I can go home and play on the track loader. So I think this is our first YouTube live. If not, we're going to do YouTube live at 11:05. And the way you got to do this, I believe you got to subscribe to the channel, and they may show you. And we'll upload this on YouTube, on Facebook, and see how that works. Kind of go back and forth, and we'll look at our numbers, drive the traffic here and there, and see what we get the most. But YouTube is searchable. So what do we call this thing? Fellowship of the Rod, Hot Rod. So we'll be getting a bunch of J.R. Tolkien fans, Fellowship of the Ring when they search. So they'll be looking at all the Hobbit stuff, and all of a sudden we're hot rodders. Hey, I'm not a Hobbit. So anyway, I got my books. I have 2 books. You want to pick one? You want to pick one? You want to pick one? You want to read 2 or?
You want me to read it?
Well, you want to read? You're more than welcome.
Follow your passion. Spread joy to others. Show your appreciation and live in the moment.
Hey, how appropriate is that?
That's good.
And we have passion for this and enjoy each other's stuff. I mean, it's and live in the moment. We're having a good time, and I'm glad you stopped. I sure am.
Well, we wanted to stop.
And pizza tonight.
Right.
And what do you got for us?
Reveal the fire in your heart, and sparks will fly to ignite your passion.
Okay. All right. Well, pretty
There must
soon.
have been something about passion.
We got passion, and we're going to get this baby fired before too long.
Yeah, it's not far away.
It's kind of making it to the top of the priority. And you know how it gets. That last, it may take a little while, but that last little bit, got to get it done for the show, got to get it done for the thing. Time doesn't matter at that point. Right. It's like you drive until it's done, and it's kind of I still get the adrenaline rush firing it for the first time. So
oh yeah, that's always fun.
we got the adrenaline rush coming on this one, and then you got the adrenaline rush coming on the other one when you get your paint ready.
Well, I already had it running.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah, I fired up that big block.
Oh, so you're ready. Just gotta
Yeah.
get
I'm worried about it being single, no positive track on it, but I don't think I'm gonna have positive track.
No?
Because it's a little bit too much horsepower to push you straight.
Yeah. The light car, you'll push through the turn and just,
Yeah, it'll go straight and you run into somebody.
yeah, that's not a gathering we want to get together and after an accident, that'd be a bad one.
You know, he has a little
We
bit
already
of
dealt
foot
with
in
that
his-
before.
Yeah. All right, so that's it for today, and we will probably see you tomorrow then, live at 11:05.
Get that corporate work done.